everybody, welcome back to Nasty Nate's Garage. I'm Nate, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Going to be doing an unboxing video. Found this on AliExpress. It's a Dewalt drill that I got for a stupid cheap price. So I don't know how authentic it is. I don't know anything about it other than it's a Dewalt drill. I bought it on AliExpress. It looks like it's shipped from China. And I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but I'm not a Dewalt guy. In fact, this isn't even about getting into what's better, Makita, Dewalt. Yeah, I'm not getting into that. I have all Ryobi stuff currently for the only reason that I bought one thing and then it led to another, and then you just kind of keep with the family at that point in time. And I'm not a jobber, so what I have, my Dewalt stuff, or my Ryobi stuff is great. I love it. These brushless motors are amazing. And yeah, I mean, great power. It's obviously my second set of Ryobi power tools. This is my first set that I bought right after I bought the Weed Whacker. Actually, I wanted a 1/4-inch impact for the deck I had to redo at my old house, and I bought them just kind of as disposable tools, really, at the time, and I really fell in love with them. And I've still got 2 of the 3. So without any further ado, let's tear in and start unpacking this thing. See what we got. All right, so we're back. We got the drill in the bag here. This is how it came. Came in a bag. It looks like it's got a couple different labels on it. I mean, you can see the original one from China here, and then wherever it ended up after that, they slapped a good old USPS label on it. But let's tear in. All right, so let's tear in and see what we got. I should preface this by saying that I do actually have one Dewalt tool in my collection, and I shouldn't even have it. It was sent to me by mistake. I actually bought a circular saw in the Ryobi stuff that I already have, and for some reason they sent me a Dewalt, and I said, I don't have a Dewalt. This isn't doing any good. So they sent me the other thing, but they didn't want the other one back. So here we go. Pulling it out here. So far, it looks pretty legit. So this is what we're getting here. A Dewalt drill. 20 volts. This isn't bad. Looks like it's got all the normal stuff a Dewalt would have. This is I don't know which one's the model number, if it's a A901 or the DGD805, but I don't know if you can see that. That's what we got, and I'll leave a link to the drill below that I got on AliExpress. This part actually does seem like it might be kind of cheap. I don't know that I've ever seen this on a Dewalt before. I mean, everything else on it looks fairly legit. I've got the one battery here because this only was the tool. There was no battery with it. So let's smack her in here and see what we got. Turn up the torque setting here. Well, that doesn't... I feel like I shouldn't be able to stop that. I don't know. I can't tell if I like it or not. If we're gonna go apples to apples, and I mean this just spools right up, and this one kind of. I mean, it's got good RPM, but maybe that slow start's not the worst thing in the world. But sorry, I'll get this back on camera. So it's got the 2 speeds as well. So that's speed 1. That's speed 2. I see no difference between the 2 speeds. So yeah, it's obviously not legit DeWalt. But, you know, for whatever I paid for this thing, like I said, I'll put the link below. I want to say it was like less than $40, maybe even less than 30. I can't remember. Maybe it's not bad. Let me get some different stuff out here. Maybe we'll try using it to drive a screw into some wood and see how it does with that, and maybe try drilling some holes in a couple things and see how it does with that. So we'll bring you back in a minute. Alright, so we're back. I got a few screws. I got a 4x4 here that I had laying around. I got some, I don't know why I bought them so long, but I got some number 8 1 5/8 inch screws. I'm gonna try driving some into this 4x4. I got my old Ryobi here, and we're gonna just see how the DeWalt stacks up to that. Off camera, I'm kind of starting to see some things that make me believe this is probably not a legit DeWalt product. So yeah, this is there's a couple things here I've noticed that are kind of odd and weird, but so let's start with the DeWalt. All right, here we go. Alright, well, I didn't realize that was a hammer drill. So putting it up against my Ryobi is probably not going to be as fair a fight as I was hoping for, but both went in there pretty smooth. I'll do another one with the DeWalt here. That goes in pretty good, actually. I'm kind of impressed. Now one more with the old Ryobi. Actually, since that's got some hammering capabilities to it, we'll go ahead and use my impact driver for the second one here. Yeah, I don't know. It runs a lot better than I kind of thought it might. Based on what I was kind of seeing off camera. You know, I went back and looked. I paid $27 for this thing. Yeah, it's, you know, you're not going to get anything better at Harbor Freight for that kind of money. So, you know, it's not bad. You know, is it going to be my go-to? Probably not. But it was fun to buy and just kind of check out and see. And I think I might actually buy the actual impact driver version of this. One that would be more comparable with this guy here. It's a 1/4 inch impact driver, and see how that stacks up. But honestly, for the price, I'm fairly impressed with this thing. So I'll drop the link below. You guys can check it out for yourself if you'd like. Now I will say that I did pay $27 for this thing. The price is now $36. I don't know if that's tariff related or what, but the price has gone up since I ordered this thing a few weeks ago. So hey everyone, we're back. So I was going to end the video there. We ran these screws in yesterday, and I was kind of laying in bed last night thinking to myself, putting an 1 5/8 number 8 screw into a 4x4 for any piece of equipment such as this is not really any type of test at all. So this morning we're going to try and run some different legs into here. I got 3 different sizes. I don't know exactly what sizes they are, but we got a narrower one, a medium one, and a bigger one. I think this is looking like a, oh jeez, I don't know, 3/8 maybe. Maybe that's not quite a half. This is probably looking like a 1/4, and this is looking like a 3/16, I'm thinking. So we'll get this set up, and we'll see how this Chinese knockoff DeWalt does running these things into this 4x4. Hey everyone, we're back. So I was going to end the video there. We ran these screws in yesterday, and I was kind of laying in bed last night thinking to myself, putting an 1 5/8 number 8 screw into a 4x4 for any piece of equipment such as this is not really any type of test at all. So this morning we're gonna try and run some different lags into here. I got 3 different sizes. I don't know exactly what sizes they are, but we got a narrower one, a medium one, and a bigger one. I think this is looking like a, oh jeez, I don't know, 3/8 maybe. Maybe that's not quite a half. And this is probably looking like a quarter, and this is looking like a 3/16. I'm thinking. So, we'll get this set up, and we'll see how this Chinese knockoff DeWalt does running these things into this 4x4. All right, we're back. So one thing I didn't mention in the video yesterday, and the one thing that I thought was a little weird, is, you know, on for sure my DeWalts, and I think my Craftsman were the same way. Like, I can, you know, loosen this thing up and tighten it up and really crank on it, because there's some sort of stop in here where the motor won't turn as I'm putting different attachments in the drill. Whereas unfortunately this one, like there's no way for me to really get a good clamp on this thing. Luckily it's got a hex impact on there, so it's not going to spin. But if I was putting a drill bit or something in here, I don't know how I would get it much tighter. So that is one thing that's a little bit of a bummer on this versus some of my Ryobis and stuff. And I haven't handled a real DeWalt in, gosh, probably 10 years. So I don't know if the real DeWalts work better or not. But we are all set up here. Got a full charge on this battery. And here we go with the first one. See how she does. I should probably clamp this down, huh? Well, there she is. She went in. Probably not some of my best work, but did the job on that first one, which I think was like I said, a 3/16 or something like that. Let me see if I can clamp this down here for the next one so it's not wiggling all over the place. Great clamping surface here. I guess I could throw it in a vise if I had to. Try that at least. Alright. Now we're going to go up to the... I'm guessing this is probably a quarter. Alright. Alright. Here we go with the... quarter. Yeah, you see she gave out there a little bit. Yeah. That definitely put her to the test. And as you can see there, it did struggle with the 1/4 inch a little bit. You know, these aren't really, they don't really have a, I don't know if I should be drilling holes first on these or not, but 'cause it didn't really seem to want to start very well. But let's jump up to the next size here and see how it does with this 3/8. It got in there eventually, but again, like the 3/4 or like the 1/4 inch, it stopped a couple times and had to push it through. But yeah, I'd say that's in there. So power's decent. I'd actually really like to see how this would stack up against an actual real DeWalt. But so there you have it. I mean, I don't think I was putting these big guys into my deck when I built it last year. I don't even remember what size this is. I think it's a 5/8. And I had to use my big boy 1/2-inch impact to get them in there. I wouldn't even have tried it with the 1/4-inch impact or the drill that I have with the Nairobi. And I want to say it obviously went. My deck is done, but it wasn't easy. So, and I think a couple of times I even just had to get the breaker bar out and send it home by hand on a few of them on my deck. But you know, this is quite a bit bigger than what I just put in there too. But yeah, honestly, that's I don't think my Ryobi 1/2-inch impact would have done, a 1/4-inch impact would have done much better on these. My 1/2-inch would have pounded them right in there, no problem. So yeah, other than my biggest complaint so far on this thing is that, you know, if I go to take this thing out, well, it actually kind of popped out nice, but if I go to tighten it back in, the motor turns. So I don't see any other way to tighten it in there other than burn your hand up a little bit. But there you have it. If there's anything that you're curious about or any ideas of what you'd like to see that I haven't put this thing through, leave it in the comments. If it's something I have around and can do and try and show you guys a little bit more, I will gladly do it. In the meantime, I think I'm going to probably try another Chinese DeWalt product. Might go for the 1/4-inch impact next time. And I might even do a battery and see how that holds up. But yeah, check it out for yourself. And if you're in a pinch and you need a cheap cordless drill for whatever reason, like need something for the cabin or something you want to keep at the camper or somewhere off site from where you normally keep your tools, but you're there enough where you want to have two sets, going this route isn't bad. It's relatively inexpensive, and I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier, but I bought this Ryobi kit. Gosh, I want to say it was probably actually I ran this one over with my truck, that's why the thing's gone a while back, but you can see where I got it here too. But I got this set with a bag, 2 batteries. I think I paid $100 for it at Home Depot. I was at Home Depot the other day. This same set's now $199. It's doubled in price in the last 2 years. So I thought that was kind of interesting too, worth mentioning. And, especially with this, I can get, this DeWalt and a legit impact driver. I'll be into that less than $100. Now I won't have the batteries or the charger. I just happen to have one battery and one charger here for something else that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, I mean, so if I ordered a battery and another charger along with the impact driver that's going to be most comparable to this off of AliExpress, I'd probably be into it $100 to $115, give or take. So, not a bad way to go with everything kind of getting expensive these days. If you're in a pinch, you don't use it a lot. This guy here is not a bad way to go. So that's gonna do it for this episode. No, that was pretty short. But like I said, I just kind of wanted to do an open box video on one of these, show you what you're getting. I didn't even know they existed until I stumbled across this, and for the price, I decided to buy it. Like I said, $27. Like I said, I might actually try to put together a small set of something to just keep around separate, something I can keep in the camper so I don't have to worry about dragging shit around. So yeah, like I said, it's actually a lot nicer than I thought, and yeah, if you're looking for a cheap drill, I'd like to take a look at it. So If you were interested in this, if you found it interesting, like and subscribe. Nasty Nate's Garage, and we'll see you next time.